we come to album number 6, released on July 28th of 1975. This is Sabotage. There's a story behind the naming of this album.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
This album was recorded in the midst of a legal battle with their management.
Yes.
Patrick Meehan was the guy's name. That inspired the name of the record.
All right.
They were literally being served Ritz in the fucking studio.
Yeah. There was a story about Iommi being at the soundboard, and they were handing him papers. He had a fucking sign.
Yeah, they're handing him subpoenas and lawsuits.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
While he's trying to mix the album and while they're recording. This album peaks at number 28 on the Billboard charts. And this is the first Black Sabbath album that was not certified platinum.
Mm-hmm.
It went gold, over 500,000 copies, but it did not go platinum. And the first song is a great way. It's a banger.
Yeah.
Great
Yep.
way to start the record.
Yes.
Hole in the Sky.
Yep.
I always took this as about being in prison.
Okay. I'm not a lyrics person, but I just love the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strong opener. Again, they just know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking through a hole in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of always took it as that's his only view of the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
So that I got the prison vibe kind of thing.
Okay.
From this.
Okay.
But great song, great way to start the record. Start off strong. Next is an instrumental called "Don't Start Too Late." Quick little acoustic ditty.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Next is a fucking classic. "Symptom of the Universe."
Yep. Great song. Who covered this?
Sepultura.
Okay, I thought I couldn't remember who covered it.
When back in the day when Euclid did this, and then later when we became South of Sanity, when we covered this, I sang it since I couldn't really do Ozzy. I can't get as high as Ozzy does. On
Correct.
This. I sang it like Max Cavalera.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Take me through the centuries to supersonic years.
Yeah, Ozzy just gets up there and stays there the whole song.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know if the coke was like elevating his voice, but like the last couple of records, he's really fucking soaring.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Symptom of the Universe is such a great song.
It is.
I have no idea what the fuck Geezer's on about when he wrote this, but I love it. Take me through the centuries to supersonic years. Electrifying enemy is drowning in my tears. All I have to give you is a love that never dies. The symptom of the universe is written in your eyes.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. And he's talking about seventh Advent unicorn is waiting in the sky. It's like, Geezer, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it's got that, and then everything just mellows out at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That woman, child of love's creation. Mm-hmm. That's the only part of the song I did like not as Max.
Okay.
Because Sepultura didn't do that part.
All right.
Great song. And then side one ends with Megalomania.
You guys talk about Zeppelin having long songs.
Yeah, this was a bit on the long side.
Yeah, but they're good.
Well, I thought the distortion this was a bit sloppy. And maybe they were experimenting, because I know distortion is like something that was, I mean, years ago they would just cut razor blade holes in the speakers.
Well, yeah, the Kinks did that.
Yeah.
No, the Kinks
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, there was no...
You really got me?
Yeah.
To get that distorted guitar tone.
Yes.
Ray Davies took a razor blade and split the speaker cone in his cabinet.
Get the hell out.
At the time, there were no pedals. They had to come up with other ways. A lot of times, it was doing overdrive and things like that.
No shit.
And this one just sounded weird. It didn't sound right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is before Arbiter, You Really Got Me was before like Arbiter came out with the fuzz face pedal.
Yeah.
And Electro Harmonics had the big muff, and the shit, that Hendrix popularized. Hendrix was really the first guy to use a distortion pedal.
Wow.
So, like, your overdrive, or what we would call an overdrive sound, your distorted sound had to come from somewhere else.
Huh. That's an interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I said this sounded like, I don't know, the distortion just didn't work for what I like to hear.
So the way I interpreted this song is about a guy. It's about a schizophrenic.
Okay.
Okay, and the guy's slowly realizing that the evil side of his personality is the megalomaniac. He's the one that is demanding absolute power.
Okay.
And it's the fight. Don't drop stuff. It's the inner turmoil.
Yeah.
That ends side one. Next we have the thrill of it all.
Yeah.
Dude, enjoy life.
Yeah, and it was a good song.
Yeah.
It was an enjoyable song. It wasn't, like Kermit the Frog, excited, but I enjoyed it.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Yes, Doug, I will always boo Jim's mentions of Led Zeppelin.
Hey, don't.
What?
That's a fan. You respect the fans.
And respect my authority.
Respect my authority.
All right, next. Super Czar.
Man, I'd love to know what I was thinking when I wrote that.
It's a pretty cool little instrumental with like a choir vocalization.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, that's what I wrote.
It's all right.
Yeah, I didn't care for it,
It's all right.
but it was. Yeah, I don't call. It's hard to call an instrumental when there's that like behind it.
Yeah. Ozzy's like, oh, go ahead. I don't feel like doing nothing.
Yeah, there's.
Actually, it was more like, I don't feel like doing nothing.
There's a lot more of that coming up. It's just.
Yeah.
All right.
Next song. Am I Going Insane?
Yep. This is my favorite one on the album.
Tell me, people, am I going insane? The most sane people often question their sanity.
Every recording of this calls it the radio edit.
No, that's not radio edit.
It's
It's not radio edit.
right.
It's a euphemism that they had for mentally insane.
Radio.
God damn it.
There was a movie Radio.
Well, no, that was about a kid, kid who always carried a transistor radio with him.
What the hell?
It was a football team.
Cuba Gooding.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
he grew up to say anything and hold it above his head.
Right. Or walk around with love-hate rings.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, next movie. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Next song, The Writ. This is one of the few that Ozzy wrote the lyrics to.
All right.
Okay.
And this is about their previous manager.
Mm-hmm.
And how he had taken advantage of them. And taken advantage of them being young and naive.
Mm-hmm.
And Ozzy and the rest of the band have talked about it extensively, that they got fucking dicked over by their previous management.
Oh, yeah.
And Ozzy got dicked over by the second management, who happened to be Don Arden, his father-in-law.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you think how Ozzy and Sharon met? Sharon, to her credit, never dicked Ozzy over. Just everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Funny story about that, too. I was watching, there's a show I watched called The Big Fat Quiz.
Yeah.
It's a British panel show, and Sharon Osbourne was on it for something. And they were talking about, I forget what band they were talking about. At what event they were talking about. And I believe it was like maybe a Live Aid or something. I don't remember. But Sharon just pipes up, and they wouldn't invite my husband.
That was probably Lollapalooza.
No, it wasn't Lollapalooza, because it was like, but she had to answer the question. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, if Eric could see this, he'd be laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Speaking of Sharon, I shared it on Facebook. Geezer Butler said that him and Ozzy haven't spoken since the final tour because of their wives. I said no, it should read because of Sharon. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I don't put it past the twat. Part of the way that they got the reunion to happen, I mean, you knew that Ozzy wasn't going to sing any of the Dio or Tony Martin stuff.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. First off, he can't do it.
And that was also, he was... Oh,
you're jumping ahead.
Okay.
I know right where you're going.
All right.
You're jumping ahead.
Yep. You're right. You're right. I am jumping ahead.
He would never do the Dio stuff. He would never do the Tony Martin stuff. I mean, first off, he doesn't have the vocal range to do it.
Yeah.
Second off, I don't think Ozzy's ego would allow him to do it. And for fucking sure, Sharon's ego won't allow him to do it. But the other thing is, for years and years and years, Tony Iommi owned the IP.
Hmm?
He owned the name Black Sabbath.
Okay.
And the logo and all of that.
Yes.
It was Tony's. You know who owns it now?
Don't even tell me, Sharon.
Sharon and Ozzy.
How the hell did they get that from? Why did
Tony needed money? And
that's how it always is.
And that was one of the rumor is that was one of the caveats of the reunion happening.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like Kiss. It's like Kiss, because when they got back together with Ace and Peter, Ace and Peter were treated like fucking employees.
Yeah.
Not members of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And they were dismissed because they committed the cardinal sin of asking Gene and Paul for more money.
Mm-hmm.
No, we can't do that. Yeah, that's right. You tell them, Gene, we can't do that. No, we can't.